It's The Point, independent radio, and it's time for Sam's Spotlight, because I am Sam, and I say we're doing it. That's how it works, right? And this band that we're covering tonight, this day in 1965, was when Jeff Beck replaced Eric Clapton in the band, which is a pretty big hint I'm giving you. And Rolling Stone magazine has said that this band, quote, virtually wrote the book on guitar-oriented, blues-based rock and roll. They were a crucial link between mid-60s British R&B and late 60s psychedelia, setting the groundwork for heavy metal. So, pretty big deal. Inspired by Howlin' Wolf, Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry, and many, many other blues legends, it's the Yardbirds.
For your love, for your love, for your love, I'd give you everything and more, and that's for sure. For your love, I'd bring you diamond rings and things right to your door. For your love, to thrill you with delight, I'd give you diamonds bright. There'll be days that will excite and make you dream of me at night. For your love, for your love, I would give the stars above. For your love, I would give you all I could. For your love, for your love, for your love, I'd give the moon if it were mine to give. For your love, I'd give the stars and the sun before I live. For your love, to thrill you with delight, I'd give you diamonds bright. There'll be days that will excite, make you dream of me at night. For your love, for your love, for your love, for your love.
My dad's been itching for me to do the Yardbirds, so I think he's pretty happy right now. It's independent radio, The Point, and that's who we're covering for Sam's Spotlight tonight. The band formed in 1963 in London with Keith Relf on vocals and harmonica, Chris Drea on guitar, Jim McCarty on drums, Paul Samuel Smith on bass, and a few months later, Eric Clapton, also on guitar. Originally called the most blues-wailing Yardbirds and only performing blues covers, they quickly became pretty popular when they replaced the Rolling Stones as the house band at the English Crawdaddy Club. Their first album was released in 1965 with this song, For Your Love, reaching number 6 on the U.S. charts. They released a second album that same year, but Clapton left the band, thought it was going too commercial for his sound. So before leaving for the John Mayall and Blues Breakers, he recommended Jimmy Page to replace him. But Jimmy at the time had a pretty lucrative studio gig going on, so then he recommended Jeff Beck, and Jeff would be in the band by that May. Beck would lead guitar on a lot of future singles, like their cover of I'm a Man in 65 and Shapes of Things in 66. When bassist Paul Samuel Smith quit the band to go on and produce for artists like Cat Stevens and Jethro Tull, that's when Jimmy Page finally came in as second guitar and Chris Drea took over bass. However, little recordings exist of this stellar guitar duo-ship just because Beck was experiencing a lot of health problems and he quit in November of 1966. They went on to continue as a foursome, releasing another EP in 67, but the band would end up dissolving by mid-68. Ralph and McCarty went on to form bands Together, Renaissance, and Armageddon. Jimmy Page formed a band called the New Yardbirds, but when Chris Drea had the rights to the name and stopped him, they renamed the band Led Zeppelin. Chris would actually go on to take pictures for their debut, went on to be a photographer, and they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992. While not the original lineup, they did reform in 2003. You can still see them live. They'll actually be in Boston a week from today, if you're interested. It's independent radio, The Point.
Would you believe me now if I told you?